Nice. In today's video, I'm gonna be back in electric car driving, and I got the Toyota Supra Mk5, which I'm gonna be taking on the track for a challenge. Now the rules are we cannot crash this thing and we cannot flip it. Should be simple, but you just have to see because this is a real drive car. But let's get straight into it. This time I'm gonna start warming up the tires for the real drive car. So traction is off, second gear. Ensure that the tires are warm, because usually I don't do this. This is the first time I'm doing it in a video where I actually warm the tires. I don't know how I forgot to do that in my previous videos, but they should be warm now. That should be enough. I mean, we do want some tires to complete the lap. We don't want to waste all the tires doing a burnout. But let's put this thing back in sport mode so it shifts gears on itself. But we should have some warm tires, so I'm expecting some decent performance. I'm still expecting some oversteer, but we just have to see. This thing is gonna be very crazy because with almost every real drive car, they're handled pretty crazy on this track, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. But as long as you're able to control it, we should be good. This thing, I think I've driven this thing a few times before, so I do have a little experience with it. This thing is not really known in my experience for being that crazy, even though it seemed like it's unleashed. It's totally different now. It seems like it's oversteering a lot more than I can remember. But I did change the suspension, the alignment, all of that stuff to try and get it to handle to my liking. But this is just like a rough road. There's no telling how it's gonna handle. If it's actually gonna handle like how I want it to, or it's gonna be the opposite. But we're just testing it out to see how we can do. But as long as you're able to keep it in one piece without any crash or any spin outs, you're pretty much okay. So far we're doing alright, even though I've had many oversteer. This thing is like the Alfa Romeo, not in terms of every single thing is similar, but it definitely handles a little like it with the oversteer from time to time. But it doesn't seem that bad with the traction. Let me just see. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I went in third person. The traction was still off. I didn't turn it on, so that's why it was handling so crazy. Anything I said before, I just turned the traction on about the handling. Disregard that. Disregard everything that was said before that. This thing is... I see the difference, bro. I see the difference already. Anything I said before about this thing handling better like the Alpha, it doesn't have traction. Disregard all of that stuff that's false. I had the traction off still without realizing. So anything I said before that is disregarded. This thing is absolutely handling differently and a lot better. So I can't really say anything bad about it. We're pretty much starting from after the traction was turned on. Anything that happened before the traction was on isn't really how the car is supposed to handle or how it was intended to handle. Because I mean, with traction off, you're expecting the car to be a lot more slidey and a lot more porous and all of that stuff, so we can't really blame the car for that. Even now it seems a lot more controlled, because all I had to do there was counter steer on the car pretty much straighten out very easily. But I can't believe I was driving with traction off. I know I turned it off because I did the burnout to open the tires, but I didn't realize I didn't turn it back on when I started, which is very silly of me. Because if the car did fail there where we had a spin out, we weren't able to catch it back. Thankfully we have the skill to catch it back, and the car did fail. I think I would have to like reattempt this thing, because that would not be a justified fail. That would be like 100% my fault. That wouldn't be the car fault any at all. Because I mean, if like traction is off, we're pretty much just setting up the car to fail pretty much. But now I really need to start sending this thing, because I'm taking the turns a lot slower than I have to. Like I'm babying with the car. I need to start pushing this thing. I'm not gonna go crazy and try to push it off the track to just like go flying over the barrier now. We're gonna go a little harder in some of these turns, because I feel like this thing should be able to handle it with the traction on. I mean, traction off, we were still handling it pretty well, but it was making the car a lot slidey, which is what we don't really want. But I'm happy that I went into third person and actually looked at the traction control to see that it was off, because the car was sliding all over the place. Every turn I took, the car was pretty much oversteering, and I don't even think I would have realized that it was still off if I didn't go in third person. Like if I didn't go in third person, then I would still be at this part of the map and it would still be off. Getting a little more third person action. nice kind of playing with it here, and I'm also playing with it in terms of it failing a challenge. We've got to be very careful, but I do have confidence in myself that I should have enough experience to handle this thing. I'm not going to try to get overconfident and do some crazy stuff, but I do have enough confidence that I should be able to control this thing. This thing sounds so amazing in third person. Oh my gosh, love it. But so far I'm doing okay, and the car is doing okay as well, so that's a good sign. I think we should be able to make it to the end in one piece. Another thing that I just realized is that this thing has a very sharp turning. Like if we turn too hard, or like hold the key or turn the car too hard, we're gonna just swerve in the direction we're turning very sharp, and that's a bad thing. I've seen it with many cars before. I can't remember exactly which one, but I know that it's not the first time I'm seeing where a car turns in super sharp. I think it also has to do with the fact that we did change the steering ratio and all of that stuff, so that definitely plays a major factor. But it's not a bad thing, it's just a bad thing if you try to turn too sharp or too hard too quick. But if you have smooth input, it's not gonna be an issue. I feel like I nearly marked the rail there. I feel like we were heading straight towards it for a second. Happy we didn't. Okay, this thing, what I realized that the cars struggle for traction up the hill, especially the rear-wheel drive cars. It's like they're struggling for traction a lot. Can I hear the tires screeching and the engine just revving, and it's not changing. I mean, if it did change gear, that would probably be a very bad time to change gear. Okay, we need to keep it on the track. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? All over the place. So far I'm doing very well, and I'm very proud of myself, because handling a rear-wheel drive car on this track is not easy, and it's not for the weak. It depends on the car as well, but every rear-wheel drive car has that potential. Oh my, major lag spike. Holy moly, that's the biggest lag spike I think I ever had on this track. I don't even know what happened there. It's like I hit an invisible, I don't even know what to happen. I don't even know, but the game is returning back to its smoothness. But that was the biggest lag spike I ever seen. And all, if you watch like more than 3 of my videos, you know that I always start to lag at this bit of the map. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's like a trigger where you drive over a specific part of the map and it just triggers your game to lag or something. I don't even know. But I've said that in like almost every video. I'm serious. I said it in almost every video because I always tend to lag at this bit. Whoa. Whoa, 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 keep it. We don't want to lose it here. We made it too far to crash here, man. Way too far into the map. I would be very upset if I crash here. Just realizing that I gotta hold off. I don't want to lose focus. I'm not trying to lose focus on this bit. I just realized that I got a WhatsApp message. Let's see what it says. Okay, don't crash my car. Yeah, he's angry. Let's not worry about that. Oh my gosh, let's not really worry about the message right now. Let's try to keep this thing in one piece. But so far I'm doing super well. I'm very proud of myself. This thing is absolutely crazy, even though it's not handling like how I would expect it. I mean, I still see some oversteer from time to time, but it's not that crazy. I was expecting this thing to be a lot more all over the place. It is a bit, but it's very controllable. So I think the change that I made definitely helped. But it's doing okay. I don't really see any major problem with it taking the turns. It does oversteer and power slide from time to time, but it's not really an issue where it's gonna cause you to crash like every single second. I mean, as long as you know how to control a power slide or oversteer, you're pretty much okay. But if you don't know how to control it, then you probably have some problem. But this thing is very crazy. It still has the potential to go like sideways or try to kill you if you're not crazy, especially at that bit. That bit there is very dangerous. That little slope there, especially at the end of that there, it can mess you up super bad if you're not careful. and this bit as well. But it all, you see, if I had an all-wheel drive car here, I could floor it a lot harder. But because this thing is rear-wheel drive and we're going up a hill and then we're turning at the same time, I gotta be very careful. But I can say the Supra successfully passed the challenge. I'm very proud of it. Wow, this thing is very low to the ground when accelerating, and didn't realize it, almost as if the tires are glitching through. Yeah, the tires are definitely rubbing the fender. No, they're not. I mean, the front ones are very close, but they're actually not rubbing it. But the car is very low. I didn't realize that it was that low till I like zoomed out and see the weight transfer when it's acceleration versus braking. You can actually see the game is very realistic. But now I'm gonna show you guys the setup real quick. So let's just make our way to the tune shop. Okay, I was wondering why the car wasn't stopping. I was like hitting the handbrake and it wasn't going up. But for the alignment, this is how I have it. For the front camber, the caster, the toe is pretty much stuck. I didn't trouble that. The stiffness, the rear stiffness, the damping, the rear damping, height offset, the rear height offset, wheel offset. I did put them out a bit because I like when they're sticking out a little bit, not too much. I don't want it to look crazy. The gearbox, that pretty much stuck. The max speed is, I don't even know the max speed because I didn't, well, it's stuck. I didn't change anything. The final drive, I didn't change the final drive. I changed the rear diff power, the rear diff coast, the rear diff preload, and the steering. This is how I have it. I could recommend you testing out the steering a bit if you don't want the car to turn as sharp as you were seeing in the video. Well, it all depends on what you're playing on and how long you hold it. Like if it's a keyboard, if you hold it too long, you're gonna have a bad day. If it's a controller, you might have a little more control to how much or how sharp it turns. If you have a steering wheel, you're living the dream. But I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you found it helpful. Peace out.